Okay, welcome back. We have a landing page, we have a series on it, but what about a single page to view our series independently? Let's go ahead and take care of this. In my front-end controller, or actually I should start in the routes file, I'm going to register a new route where we can view a single series alone. Okay, so routes, it's going to be a get, and it's going to be series, and we'll take in the series. And remember, I'm using series right here because I want to make use of Laravel's route model binding. Then I'm gonna say get to the front end controller, and we'll get the series method. Okay, so in our front end controller, we'll create a series method, and to receive the series, we're just gonna type hint series, and Laravel automatically injects that into this method for us. Then we can just focus on returning a view, and in this case we'll return a view called series, and we'll pass in the series that we just got. Awesome. So now that we have that method in our resources views directory, we need a series.blade.php, right? And I just created one to save us a lot of time, so I don't want us to go through the process of creating some HTML and stuff like that. Okay, so here it's simply a header and then some content, very minimal, and we're gonna go through it. So for the header, I want to change the background styling that we have here to the series image. So rather than having this, I'm gonna echo out series image path, and I'm actually using the attribute that we tested. So right down here, I think we have an image path attribute. There we go. Okay, so series image path is going to give us the background image. The next thing we want is the title, so we'll echo out series title, and we'll also do that here. Then now we have a start learning button. So what we can do is check if auth user. So if the user is authenticated, then we're gonna check if the user has started that series. So we can say if auth user has started series, and we'll pass in series. Then we'd say else, and would have an if. Okay, so we check if the user is authenticated, and if he's authenticated, then we can have the check for if he has started the series. So if he has started the series, then we're gonna have a continue learning button rather than a start learning. Okay, so continue learning, and we're gonna actually make this link to different pages. We're gonna talk about that later. Then we're gonna have start learning if he has not completed or he has not started the series. Okay, then if the user is not authenticated, then we're simply gonna say show a start learning button. Okay, so if the user is authenticated, we're gonna check if he has started the series, and if the user is not authenticated, we're simply going to display a start learning button. Okay, then finally we have the course description, which we can echo out here. And for the video lessons, we are simply gonna have an unordered list, which I'm gonna take care of later. Okay, so let's just go ahead and see what we get now. In our home page, we want this to link to that route. So I'll head over to my welcome.blade, and right down where we have our read more, I'm gonna link this to a route, and this is gonna be series, and we'll pass in the series slug. Okay, so in my web.php, let me just give this a name of series. Okay, so it looks like we're good to go. Refresh, read more. Undefined variable course description, that should be in our series.blade. So in our description, it's series. I'm so sorry about that. Okay, so refresh. Great, so we have the background image, the title of the series, and then since this user has actually started learning, we have a continue learning button, and then we have the series description. Okay, great. So we have a single page for a single series.